Hello everyone. So in the last class we have studied about cosets and formation of the cosets and its few examples. So today's class we shall study about some properties of cosets. So first property, if H belongs to H, then right coset or left coset HH or left coset is denoted by small h into capital H of H is identical with H, that is right coset equals to left coset is equals to H. So here an element we are considering is H belongs to H. That means if we are operating this element H with the set H itself, then we get set H only. Okay, this is the first property and this is very useful property. That means this property is used in many theorems. Okay. Now second property, if H is a subgroup of G, then there exists a one-to-one correspondence between any two right cosets of G. So here one-to-one means F is a 1-1 and also onto. So I will explain in the proof. Now third property, let H be a subgroup of G, then any two right or left cosets of H in G are either identical or disjoint. That means if there exist two right cosets or two left cosets, then they are either full same. That means all the elements of HA equals to HB, or they are totally different. That means they don't have any common elements. Okay, so we shall see the proof of this theorem. So this is very important, it will be asked for 6 marks. Theorem, let H be a subgroup of G, then any two right coset or left coset of H in G are either disjoint or identical. This means that any two right cosets, for example HA and HB, they are identical. Identical means all the elements of HA are equals to HB. Otherwise they are totally disjoint. That means totally different. That means they don't have any common elements. Disjoint means intersection of HA and HB is equals to null sets. So there are only two cases that either HA and HB are totally same. That means all the elements of HA are equals to the elements of HB. Otherwise they are totally different. That means section of HA and HB is equals to null set. Okay, only there are two cases. Okay, so it is not possible that HA have some elements, say 1, 2, 3 and 4, and HB may have two elements common 1, 2 and remaining are different, that is 5 and 6. So this type of cosets is not possible because they may have totally same elements, that is HA equals to HB, that is it may have 1, 2, 3, 4, or HA is totally not equals to HB. Okay, so either only two cases, either equal or different. So it is not possible that they may have on any one element as a common or two elements as a common. Okay, now we have to prove that two cases. First one, HA intersection HB is equals to null set, and second one, HA is equals to HB. So we have to prove these two. So first case is very simple. So proof. So see here. So let H be a subgroup and HA and HB be any two right cosets of H. So similarly we can prove for the left coset also. Okay, in the exam 99% they will ask for the right cosets only. Next, here there arises two cases. First case is if HA and HB have no common elements. If they don't have any common elements, then we can write it as HA intersection HB equals to null set. So this implies that HA and HB are disjoint. So this is the first proof. Okay. So if they don't have any common elements, then definitely we can say that intersection of HA and HB is equals to null set, and implies that HA and HB are totally different, that is disjoint. So second, case 2. So this is our case 1. Next we go for case 2. So this is case 1. Next, coming to the case 2. So in the case 2, if HA and HB have common elements. So what happens if they both have the common elements? Then let C be that common element, be the common element to both HA and HB. Okay, we are considering C is the common element to the HA and HB. Then C will be of the form C equals to, because C belongs to HA, so or we can write it as C belongs to HA, means it is of the form H1A because it belongs to HA. So you remember that all the elements HA will be of the form. So for in generally H1A, H2A, H3A and so on, because H1, H2, H3 are the H elements of the H and A is the elements belongs to set group G. Okay, therefore all the elements in the HA will be of the form H1A, H2A and so on. So similarly elements of HB will be H1B, H2B, H3B and so on. So we are considering C is a common element which is of the form H1A, or either you can choose any one element H2A, H3A and so on. We are just considering C is equals to H1A which belongs to HA, and similarly because C is common to both HA and HB, it is also belongs to HB. Therefore we are considering C equals to H2B belongs to HB. So here I am considering C belongs to HB. I am choosing this second element. You may choose H1B also. Okay, if I choose H1B, then so that will be easy to prove. Therefore, so I will consider this example that C is equals to H2B. Okay, just for consideration. Then from these two we can write H1A is equals to H2B. So if I consider both are H1, so from the right cancellation we can from the left cancellation we can cancel H1 and H1. Then directly we can prove that A is equals to B. Okay, therefore I am considering different elements. So therefore from these two we can write it as H1A is equals to H2B. Now from this I will separate this, that is I will solve for A. Okay, so we have to find the value of A. Now we operate, so to find out value of A we operate H1 inverse to the both side. Operating H1 inverse to the both side we get H1 inverse H1A, H1 inverse H2B. So H1 inverse H1 is equals to, we get A because an element and its inverse will be E. So from the inverse law. Therefore we get EA, and here H1 inverse H2B as it is, or A dot E equals to, we get A only. Therefore H1 inverse H2B. Now we got the value of A. This value we use in HA. Now we can write HA can be written as keep H as it is. So now I will substitute A value. It is H1 inverse H2B, or so here by using association law we can group these two elements together, that is H1 inverse one side and H2B as it is, or we may write it as H inverse. So from the property, we have the property of the cosets, that is H equals to, or H equals to H only. I have already told you that H equals to H equals to H. So this small h belongs to the capital H. Therefore as H1 inverse also belongs to, so see here, because H1 belongs to H, H1 inverse is also belongs to H. Therefore we get this H1 inverse is equals to H only, and H2B as it is. So here we have HA, okay, or we can write it as keep HA as it is. H2 again we can write H only from again the same property. So keep B as it is. Therefore we got HA equals to HB. So hence this is the proof.